Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Some time right. And incomplete to open things up. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it's going to be second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try to pass downfield that fell incomplete.
But right away, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. Here, because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum is clearly shifted in their favor?
50, 56, right there, right there.
On first down, Jones. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Back to throw, Darnold. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They're going to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
56. 56, the muck, boys. 56. Check, 56. Tackle, lady.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Darnold. This pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 6, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
56. Mike 56. Mike 56. I got you. 56. Mike 56. Right there. Let's bring it. 36.
They'll try and run for Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. 10. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an
Oh, he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Darnold. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
The punt team on now as this one's sent away. He'll take it at the 42. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. They'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now the ball comes loose. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. And CD, that's the 2nd time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
With all the way down inside the 20. With a wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. On the ground, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hurt him just a couple on 4th and 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Let's go.
Job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. McCaffrey there to make the grab, and the Panthers add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, they had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted anyway, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The Tampa offense Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
57, Mike, 57. I'm here all day. 57.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got Evans. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a 1st down as well.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. 57 to Mike. 57, lady. Pretty quiet, team. Pretty quiet.
Now it's Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. You must be
To the air again, Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
That's got to be a line, ladies.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
We're going to start. 57, Mike.
Darnold to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Mike, man, lady. Here we go. Slam. Lady. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Throwing again is Darnold. Caught on the right side by Jones. They'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here we go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Dude. 57.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Check 26.
On 1st down, it's Jones. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Check 50. Show it.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. They corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there that sets him up now first and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Switch.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's home.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. The receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Oh, you got to do better than that.
That's how you drop the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. There he goes left side. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble return touchdown to the Bucs. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Down, he'll drop to throw it. Being chased out left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield. but they never did.
He's going to look deep for more. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, he'll drop the throw. He'll give this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 43.
50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds to mine. Ready? Plus 20. Keep going, no, keep going.
Darnold from the gun. The left side completion to Jones. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
57's the mark. 57. Quit talking about it. Ready? Let's 57.
Here's Darnold. And this is caught at the end. Right now he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Oh, yeah!
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
And that is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So with 2 ticks left here in the half, why is the field goal here? From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
They hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll go again to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He sets up the screen to Jones. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. 66 is the mark. And 80. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch Shaper creep. Watch Shaper creeping. Safety's creeping.
Again, it's Jones. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
That's how you get right up off of the mat because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Fournette, a first down carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Must 56. Must 56.
You set a tone, fellas. Now set a tone.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Darnold looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a play fake here on first down. Godwin's got it. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin there to make the grab. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you go field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Right there, 54.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Open man is Howard, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
56.
Here's Darnold. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. It wasn't a fumble. And his kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Flushed out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On second down, it's Jones. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Darnold. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. He'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll find it there complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
That was tight right there.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A quick throw complete into the flat-out left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. First down throw, Darnold. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Whip. Watch the whip.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he powers his way up past the 30. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Check.
Slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Gets around him. Gets through, and now an opening. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. First down carry by Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 12, and you have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, 36 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
The week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
That'll be taken about a yard deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. So they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you think to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. One that's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw again. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
There's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in the game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. Not looking good for him here.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November. You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because
4th down on as the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game.
He's got it at the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gunn saying so long, everybody. And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Go, go, go. Hey, watch that. Check back, 54.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. 3rd down here.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Justin Jefferson there. 3rd down here. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. He's scared.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Taken from just outside the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now the first carry for Ezekiel, and he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and then hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Fake. He'll look to throw. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
A rookie mistake. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 2nd down, it's Jones. Has some space here. 20, 10, and that's a touchdown. But hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Jones. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Jones, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Push him back. Push him back.
Going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Jones. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off at the 14. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, Elliott. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Running with Elliott. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. 1st and goal at the 1. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
This defense is really thrown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd down there, it's Elliott, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. As these guys are on the board first here tonight. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And threw an interception the first time they had the football. Wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a
sack. Joey Bosa, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Check 52.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fight. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. They find some open field here. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. 2nd and 4. A quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That's set up the screen to Elliott. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
there, 56. Drop deep, drop deep. Hurt. Come on, boy, 56. Check, 56. Watch the run. 65 count, 65 count. 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You had a horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Caleb Chason. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. To throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Throw now on the final play. The right side going to be taken in by Ayuk. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Free for about 7 up to the 35.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, it's a and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Now Elliott. He'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. He got 29 yards that time. A pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a play fake here on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. That'll bring up second down.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. At the 7-yard line. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The 49ers are going to turn over the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there. From the left hand, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
He can't hit. He's not going to get me. Hey, watch out. Check right 54. Right 54. Switch. Hurry, 17.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try. I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are a little bit exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Back to throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20, but he's a yard or two short. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. They'll set up a throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
but I actually like the call. And the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
56, Mike, 56.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, it's Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll let this go for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Let's go, D.
2nd and 9 now. That's caught by Howard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And they will score. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Justin Jefferson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. And that makes it 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Here as he's taken down. Chason able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, he's looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. That's why I said that in his defense.
In his defense. He needs better protection, that's for sure.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll run it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll run it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Right there. Oh, damn it, baby. Okay,
so it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Go. 18. Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Well, he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Well, he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Peoples. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
60 Bison. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Watch it.
On 3rd down, Peoples. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. Job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through close sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity. Here's the execution. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. Second and 10. Back to throw. And on the slant, able to find Ayuk. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Tampa Bay, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on.